Imagine you just pulled off a successful bank robbery. Congratulations, you are now holding $2 million in raw cash. There's one tiny problem. You can't spend it. Not on a house, not on a nice dinner, and definitely not on a luxury sports car. The second you try to buy anything significant with physical stacks of hundreds, someone is going to ask where you got the money, and "I found it" will not hold up in court. That pile of cash is what investigators call dirty money. Whether it comes from drug sales, fraud, bribery, or tax evasion, it's wealth generated from illegal activity, where the government didn't get their cut. The issue for a criminal is that every time money moves through a bank, an investment account, or a major purchase, it leaves a trail. Investigators are trained to follow those exact digital footprints. To actually use their wealth, criminals have to put it through a process. They need to take money that screams, "I am the proceeds of a crime," and convert it into money that whispers, "I am totally normal, please don't look at me." This process happens in 3 classic stages. Stage 1 is placement, the riskiest step. You have a pile of physical cash, and you need to physically inject it into the financial system. If you walk into a bank with a duffel bag containing $800,000, the teller is going to have some questions. Large deposits trigger automatic reporting systems, meaning federal agents are going to have questions shortly after. To bypass this, criminals rely on a very tedious strategy known as smurfing. This diagram illustrates exactly how smurfing works. In the US, the automatic reporting threshold is $10,000, so criminals break their giant pile of cash into dozens of small deposits, say $9,800 or $9,500, and spread them across multiple accounts at multiple banks over multiple days.
If hiring people to go bank to bank is too slow, the alternative is buying a cash-intensive business. Think restaurants, bars, or car washes. You take your dirty money, mix it with the legitimate daily earnings, invent a few hundred fake customers, and deposit it all as normal business revenue. Once that cash is in the bank, the physical risk is gone. But the job isn't done. The money still has a glaring digital trail pointing straight back to whoever deposited it. That brings us to stage 2, layering. The objective here is to move the money around so many times that investigators eventually lose the thread. The best tool for building this financial maze is a shell company. This is a legal entity that exists entirely on paper. It has no employees, no products, and no office, just a name, an address, and a bank account. Criminals register these shell companies in jurisdictions like the British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, or Delaware. These places offer strict bank secrecy laws where the real owner's name never has to appear on a public registry. Let's track how this looks on a map. First, you wire the money from your original bank to a newly formed shell company in a second country. Next, that shell company drafts a fake legal agreement and loans the funds to a completely different shell company located in a third country. Then, that third company invests the money into a fourth country and finally sends the returns back to a personal account as a dividend. If you run this cycle 5 or 6 times across borders, through trusts managed by lawyers bound by attorney-client privilege, and the paperwork becomes an unsolvable knot. Now we reach the finish line, stage 3, integration. The funds are placed, the trail is broken, and the money re-enters the legitimate economy ready to be enjoyed. A popular method for this is real estate. An anonymous offshore company buys a high-end townhouse in London or Miami. They hold it for a year, sell it, and the cash is now documented as standard profit from a property deal. The fine art market offers another excellent vehicle. Because the art world is famously opaque, a painting can easily sell for $50 million without anyone requiring the buyer to disclose where their funds actually came from. Buy the art, sell it later, and you have highly documented, completely legitimate income. You can finally take that bank robbery cash and spend it on a luxury yacht without looking over your shoulder. This final step completely severs the wealth from the original crime. By the time the money buys the boat, the person spending it is legally untouchable. When you look at the entire planet, the scale of this pipeline is difficult to comprehend. The United Nations tracks these global flows, and their estimates paint a grim picture. This chart visualizes the scope. Between $800 billion and $2 trillion is laundered globally every single year.
That equates to roughly 2 to 5% of the entire global GDP, moving completely undetected.
You would think an operation of this magnitude would result in massive, sweeping seizures by international law enforcement. But it doesn't. Out of all the money laundered annually across the globe, authorities successfully intercept roughly 1%. The mechanics of placement, layering, and integration work exactly as designed. The system allows criminals to operate with a 99% success rate, making global financial crime one of the most reliable and untouchable industries on Earth.